how tough was it to be out there on Saturday and there were several series where the offense just couldn't get going, or whether it was running game or what have you?
It's frustrating when you have things that have worked in other games and work in practice, and then for some reason just get stalled out in the game. The first quarter was kind of tough. The first couple series were tough for us. And then it started to pick up in the second quarter. We had some good drives, made some good plays. The thing that really hurt more than getting stalled out those first drives was having, those turnovers right after the defense got a takeaway. And that's a big part of the O-line is making sure those guys don't get hit in the backfield. And that's a lot of what happened, is we have to take care of business up front, and that didn't happen the way we wanted it to in the game.
Have you been surprised? Well, that's a bad question. Can you identify why you guys have been so uneven on offense? Because to your point, you had that one drive where you went right down the field and scored, but there have been others where it's kind of stops and starts. Maybe at this point, 4 games in, what's jumping out at you in terms of why you guys have been inconsistent offensively?
I think anytime you have problems with the offense, you have to look at the O-line first. That's where a lot of good things start, and that's where a lot of bad things start. When you talk about problems with the offense, it's a deal where we really just have to get together as a unit. We've had a couple changes up front, a little bit here and there, but really, this week in practice, we just have to take a new attitude and practice at game speed completely. It's one of those deals where it's really tough to just see a play that works and see it kind of sputter out. It's tough to have a drive that goes all the way down the field and you can really manhandle people and stuff like that, and then the next drive you have 3 negative plays, and it's an inconsistency like that that really hurts us in games.
How much of a surprise has it been for you? Because we talked a lot before the season about all the experience you guys had up front to be that inconsistent 4 games into the year. I mean, how much of a shock has that been for you?
It's not really, when you get to watch film, it's things that are correctable. It's not like the ship is sinking and we can't do anything about it. It's stuff that we can correct and that we have to correct, and that we should fix, and it's going to get fixed.
As one of the upperclassmen, obviously you don't want to lose, but in these games that are the Texas game, you guys were in it in the third quarter. This game, you could have gone either way. A couple of scrums. Are you seeing from the guys you can tell it bothers them? Time as a senior, see what the locker room atmosphere is like after a loss, just to at least give you this is really bothering people. Sometimes a loss may not have as big of an effect, but as they mount up, I mean, do you see it that way? Do you see like some of the guys are just this is tiring and want to change the outcome?
Yeah, for sure. After a loss, it's just like no one likes to lose. None of us like to lose after a loss. In the game, it's not people just go about their business. There's some tears. There's some people are angry. It's not a good atmosphere to be in, and it's just one of those things where no one likes to lose, and it's not crippling. It's not something we can't come back from, but no one. We've never gone into a game thinking we're going to lose, and we never will go into a game thinking we're going to lose. Whether it's Texas, whether it's Memphis, whether it's the New England Patriots, it's whatever. We always want to win. That's our number one goal every week.
How does that unit get its confidence back? Is it as simple as better practice tactics, or is there something else in that manifest?
I think it starts with learning from this film. When you watch it, it's so frustrating simply because it's things that are pretty simple to fix. And Southern Miss, to their credit, had a pretty good defensive scheme against us as far as our O-line and what they did on the interior and things like that. But, we prepared for it. And, if we played them again this Saturday, we should be able to, we could score at will, and I think it's just simple fixes that can get things done.